Hello, everybody, and welcome to Broncos Postgame. I'm Carter Dillon. This is David Talks Broncos. Another day as a Colorado sports fan, another disappointing loss. Broncos fall to 3-3 after losing to the Chargers at home. It was a pretty ugly one. Caught some fire late, but too little, too late. David, give me your first thoughts on that loss to the Chargers.
First thoughts, what I had to throw in my thumbnail, man. We sucked today. We absolutely sucked. Everybody sucked. The offense sucked. The offensive line sucked. The quarterback, wide receiver sucked. The defense as a whole just sucked. Sean Payton, Vance Joseph sucked. And, while it's nice to mount a comeback at the end, I can't even really take any positives from that. I mean, we needed to play perfectly in those last 10 minutes or so, and we continued to just shoot ourselves in the foot. This was a good old fashioned Jim Harbaugh ass kicking, and this sucked. Thank God, dude. Thank God we got a game on Thursday where we can turn the page quickly on this performance because it was just bad all the way around. I don't even know where to begin, Carter. What would you make of this game?
Yeah, definitely a rough game through and through. When your first offensive pass is an interception and your first play on defense, your best player goes down and is ruled out for the rest of the game, that is not what you want to see. And with our game being on Thursday, you're probably not expecting Pat Surtain to be back versus the Saints, so that's a big loss. But yeah, man, just one word to define this game was definitely ugly. I want to get your thoughts on that ending there. What did you think of the decision to kick the field goal, take your 3 points, and then decide to go for the onside and hope that your offense can go get a touchdown after the field goal?
Yeah. I had no issue with it because you got to score on 2 possessions. So if you see that clock running down a bit, you need time for that next drive. So I had no issue kicking the field goal there and doing the onside. Thank you, Chargers, for giving us a second attempt at the onside. That was really awesome. And Will Lutz I thought had a really good kick there, that second attempt, but a game of inches. Traymon Smith not there to get it, and we don't get the chance, man. Sorry, Zach had to see this one live. I hope he still enjoyed it, but what an ugly game. I got this cool shirt this weekend, and I feel like dude, I feel like I just cursed the team, man. It. I'm curious what you think about this, Carter, but the defense, man, I think that's what I'm most disappointed in, even with losing Pat Surtain, because we got other guys that can cover. We should have a pass rush that's dominant. We should be able to tackle. I mean, this truly is a top 5 unit, no doubt, in the NFL coming into this game, top 3. And we got a pitiful performance. I think Justin Herbert, what was he, like 10 of 10 or 9 of 9, something crazy like that until the last end of the game. So it probably changed, but he was damn near perfect on third down the entire game. Third and longs were so easy for him to convert. I was pretty disappointed with this defense that they let up a 20-play, 10.5-minute drive that ended in 3 points. That is so much below my expectation for this unit. Even with losing Pat Surtain, I was very disappointed. Riley Moss, Jaquan McMillan. I mean, these aren't Lad McConkey, I would say, is their biggest downfield threat. And this was like the worst passing game attack outside of the New England Patriots coming into this game, man. And Justin Herbert had his best game of the year. Josh Palmer getting wide open. Quentin Johnston looking like a decent pick out there against us. I was just so disappointed in the game plan. The Chargers were ready coming off of an early bye. They looked fresh, and they beat our ass in our house. Embarrassing.
Yeah, this was. I thought Herbert played amazing. I mean, he was really dicing up the defense, but on our side, it was just Probably the worst performance we've seen from the defense on all levels. Secondary was getting beat. Obviously, sucks to have PS2 go down, but Jaquan McMillan didn't have the greatest game at all. I thought Riley was in places he needed to be. The opposing wide receiver would just make a play on that one fade ball. I thought he was in good position, just unlucky. But that big holding at the end, I mean, you could say what you want, but a penalty is a penalty. That really cost us some field
Yeah.
position there and some time. And it seemed like we really couldn't get much pass rush going in the first half of the game on Herbert at all. He kind of was able to stand in there and do what he wants. Towards the second half of the game, it got a little bit better, but just not what you expect from this defense, which is it's whatever. I mean, they're playing at such a high level. You can't really expect that every game, especially from a team coming off of a bye. But you got to turn to the next page. It's a short week, and you got the chance to right the ship versus New Orleans next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, that's the only silver lining out of this whole thing is that we only got to talk about this for a couple days, and then we can move on to Thursday, and hopefully we have a good plan out there for Spencer Rattler. Thank God we get to see a rookie quarterback, but let's not have him have a season high against us, man. You know, this game, yes, it came down to 7 points. But this was not a close game at all until the Chargers just allowed Denver to kind of work their way down the field at the end of the fourth quarter. And I want to talk about this offense a little bit, Carter. This seems like we were building some great momentum. I knew that this was going to be a tougher game with losing Luke Wattenberg and Alex Palczewski. I think we definitely felt that today. And when that happens, when we got second and third string guys out there, man, we need our other starters to come in there and make plays. And to see a guy like Javonte again, when we're trying to get some momentum, is Jaleel McLaughlin, Javonte, another game prior, just a back-breaking fumble as we're getting something going there on offense in the first half. Bo Nix, again, yeah, I think he had his worst game so far in his career. I would say that. So I'm going to preface what I'm going to say with saying that because I'm not trying to defend Bo Nix. But damn, dude, can we get some receivers that can go up and catch a ball? Does it need to be like a 100% perfectly accurate pass for any of these guys to go up and fight for it? Of course, Cortland Sutton had a great touchdown catch at the end of the game, but damn, dude, like, do you remember Marvin Mims? Marvin Mims going downfield at the beginning of the game, not even fighting for that ball, man. I thought he made a poor effort to come back towards the ball. That should have been caught or at least work towards a PI. You see on the interception, just throwing your hand up, something like that. That is still in range to where it should be caught. Can we get a playmaker here? Can we get an AJ Brown here? Oh my God. Can we get a CD Lamb here? Can we get a weapon worth a damn here that we can just depend on to make a play, to bring in an inaccurate pass or not a perfect pass in the first half? Like, damn, dude, we got no help from our receivers 3 quarters in. 3 quarters in.
Yeah, it was definitely an ugly showing. On that Marvin Mims deep ball, I would have loved to see him just sprint to where keep sprinting and stop the jogging and then force yourself to come back to the ball because he definitely would have got a pass interference if he did that. But instead, he just kind of slowed up, let the ball come to him,
Yeah.
and let the DB make a play.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, go ahead,
no,
Carter.
I was just gonna say Troy Franklin got his first career touchdown. That
Yeah.
was nice to see. They used him a little bit more than usual on those end arounds and plays like that. But that one play, do you remember that one play when Bo was just scrambling forever and ended up just taking like a little 2-yard gain? Like, we just got to find a chance to get open. Bo probably had the ball in his hands for a solid 10, 12 seconds, and
Yeah.
we could not find a way to get open. And it's just all levels, right? You know, the O-line's not playing great. The receivers aren't playing the best, and Bo is really struggling at times. So just not a complete game from the offense whatsoever.
No. And yeah, the commentators on the broadcast, I felt like they called it out multiple times of just Bo Nix is back there. He's got time. He's looking downfield and just everybody's covered. Nobody can get open. I don't know what to do, Carter. I don't know what to do. But hey, I know I might ruffle some feathers with this one. A.T. Perry catches that long ball to Marvin Mims at the beginning of the game. No doubt about it. Let's continue to get some more size and speed on this team. And again, when you're going against a good defense, one, you need your defense to bring it to keep you in this game, right? But also, I mean, the offense just as a whole, nobody supported each other until it was way too late. And I don't think Sean Payton did a good enough job of getting everybody into a new rhythm. I even thought that we probably should have started going no huddle in the third quarter. That's how I felt, because we've seen that be used sometimes to kind of just get in a new groove, to open things up, try and get the offense into a rhythm. And I just felt like, man, we just waited way too long on trying some new things. But again, man, credit to the Chargers. They came in here like they had an extra week to prepare. And I mean, dude, I would take that Colorado Buffaloes game. I was telling you this. I would watch that Colorado Buffaloes game last night 100 times before I rewatched this ugly showing. This was just painful, man. We just didn't bring it today.
Yeah, definitely an ugly one, not a complete game. Want to give a shout out to Show Low Man for the $2 super chat. You think the Chargers relaxed after halftime? I definitely think they were comfortable. You know, we're definitely more focused on running the ball and trying to just run away with it and escape. But they were definitely more comfortable. I wouldn't say relaxed, because you always got to finish the game, and I don't see Harbaugh's teams ever really relaxing like that. But definitely we're comfortable. But shout out. Thank you for the $2 super chat.
It kind of shocked me a few times, Carter. I felt like I saw this in the second half where they were still just coming out throwing the ball there on like first and second down. And I was like really surprised. I was like, why are you guys doing that, man? Like we can't stop any sort of run going out to the outside, whether it's a jet sweep or a toss or, just an outside zone. We couldn't stop anything to the outside all day. And I almost felt like they got a little overconfident, where they're like, all right, man, let's light up the scoreboard. Let's have Justin Herbert continue to cook. And I think you might have seen the score differential be even wider if they would have stuck with running it on all three downs.
Yeah, and there were Brandon Jones had 2 near interceptions. Herbert easily, that one where he was diving for it, that was a tough play. But then there was that one, I think it was in the second half, where he ended up tipping it, but the ball kind of just was a little too high for his hands and ended up being an incompletion. But yeah, they definitely had opportunities to get back in this game, and they did, but it was just too little, too late. But I want to focus on Bo here, because he really, really struggled in the first half. He ended the first half with 22 passing yards and 1 interception. When that is your first half stat line, man, you are not setting yourself up for success. I think he had more rushing yards at that point than passing yards. Like, it was just the first 3 quarters just straight up ugly. The fourth quarter flashes and good throws. Like, how do we find a balance and really find a complete game from Bo?
Sean Payton should be the guy being asked that question, right? I wish I knew all the answers, but my expectation is for the guy making $20 million a year, man, that he's got to get this figured out. We've seen the flashes. We've seen the games. I mean, even against the Raiders last week, we saw him do very, very well. And it was almost like we didn't have, it almost feels like we didn't have an adjustment for what the Chargers were doing. And again, I think when you have a rookie quarterback, this was saw Tim Patrick have an amazing catch downfield today, for the Lions. But it's just, we need guys to step up and be dependable and to make the most out of what they're given. For the first 3 quarters, man, right now, it feels like with this receiving core, outside of some moments from Cortland Sutton, but even he is a part of it. Again, I just feel like the ball needs to be thrown near perfectly sometimes in these situations for these guys to come down with it. It's ridiculous. You know what the Eagles did when they got Jalen Hurts? You know what they did? They went out and got freaking A.J. Brown, a guy with a massive catch radius, a guy that's always going to haul it in, right? That's what we need, man. We need guys like that. And Tim Patrick, you can say not the fastest guy, not the most explosive guy, but man, he could bring it in, man. He could bring in the passes. And, you miss players like him today. I don't know. I'm out of answers on this one. When you can't get the run game going, the short game's not working. When nobody's going to catch an intermediate to long ball when you're putting it up there for people to grab. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do.
Yeah, you need playmakers. You need guys you can rely on constantly, and it would be interesting to see them make a move at the deadline. Obviously, I was very happy about the acquisition of A.T. Perry. Obviously, 1 week here is not enough. Maybe we could see him being activated towards next week. I want to highlight this comment. Do you think Valet will have a bigger role next week? I feel like he's made most of every opportunity. I think Valet has shown really promising times through the games that he has played. Obviously missed some time with injury, but that Seattle game was one of Bo's favorite targets. And today, towards the end of the game, kind of started coming along. Devon Vele might be your most consistent wide receiver, most reliable wide receiver in this room. Would you like to see Devon Vele like in that sort of Sutton role? Like I don't know how to mix that right, but the majority of the targets going to Valesi in the field more. How would you like Devon Vele?
Yes, I'm a fan of that. I think that he's been productive in both games he's played so far this year. I think that we'll see more of him the more action he gets, But again, we'll have to see what the all 22 points to. But sometimes, again, I'm in my feelings right now, Carter, man. So I might switch up on this, after. Oh man, watching the replay, this is going to be hard. This is going to be an ugly one, but sometimes it almost feels like we got dead weight out there with Marvin Mims. Sometimes, man, it just feels that way. This guy's supposed to be a dynamic playmaker that's supposed to be getting wide open. He's supposed to be like our Tyreek Hill type of weapon, right? The guy that's just supposed to stretch the defense and bring about double teams and cause all these issues. And I just, I don't think that Troy Franklin is out snapping him in most of these games just by like coincidence, man. I'm wondering if I just need to start giving up hope that this guy's going to be a playmaker on offense, and maybe he's just a special teams guy. I don't really know. I don't know why it doesn't seem to be working in this offense, but I think that right now, he was a weapon that we said, oh, hey, with Jerry Jeudy out, this guy's going to step up and really make a name for himself. And you would have loved to have seen with Josh Reynolds out, with him taking a step and being more productive today. But it was the same thing yet again, even with the entire room cleared out for him to eat. Again, I'll need to look at what's on the replay, but I don't know why some of these guys can't get open. Give me more Devon Vele, man. Find the guys that are at least making catches.
Yeah, and back to that Mims thing, it's pretty disappointing, right? Because he started off his career really strong with Russ at the beginning of his rookie season. He was catching deep balls after deep balls, and then from there on, it's just been steady downhill with both usage and plays. And it seems like at times he's just a punt returner. That is what he is for this team. But David, I think that's all we got, man. This was an ugly one from the Broncos side. Nothing really fun besides a Troy Franklin touchdown and a hopeful onside kick, but and a great Cortland Sutton catch. That guy comes down with balls that is sometimes unbelievable. But David, let the people know where to find you.
Yeah, tune in tomorrow. I think hopefully Marky Sports and Jeremy will still want to come on and talk about the game with me tomorrow. So tune in for that. Y'all know I'll have some good stuff later this week as we get ready for Thursday against the Saints, and I guess, yeah, hopefully we can connect after the Broncos game on Thursday. Let's rebound. Let's go get a win. I'm confident that we'll see a better showing out on Thursday, man. Sean Payton going against his old team. We gotta come out with a strong effort, no doubt about it.
Yeah, definitely a chance to right the ship, get one back after going on a 3-game win streak and losing this game. But follow me on Twitter at CarterDillonFB, and until next time, guys, we'll see you Thursday. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.